Get ready because it's time for Watertown Heroes Baseball.
It's going to be driven into left field, going back. We'll see you later. That one's landed in Kranzberg. Talon Jurgens with the home run. 2-2. That's going to be driven into left field, going back. It's gone. Grand slam for Nate Gray. That is going to be smashed. Right field, going back. It's gone. A walk-off. Watertown will win on a walk-off by Rabine.
Now, let's head to the field. With the call of tonight's game, here's the voice of Watertown Heroes Baseball, Brent Nathaniel.
Hey, welcome back to Watertown Stadium as we get set for game number 2 between Watertown and Sioux Falls Roosevelt. I'm Brent Nathaniel along with you here as Watertown will win game 1 5-0 on the strength of a Cato one-hitter. Did a fantastic job on the hill in game 1. Let's see what Watertown can do here in game number 2 as we get you the starting lineups, and they look like this. For the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders, they will start like this. The batting order will be Lawson Henley, followed up by Jacob Munger, Tucker DeHaan, Carl Hartman, Logan Edwards, Ian Stokes, Beckett Whitlock, Tyler Van Rokel, and Chris Logue. That is the batting order for the Rough Riders. Pitcher will be Dylan Cleash. For Watertown, the defense will look like this. Not much change from game 1. Lake is behind the plate. He'll catch the second straight game. Berg over on first. Himmerich at second. Briggs at third. Briggs at short. Bisker at third. In the outfield, Reese will go to left. Pitkin in center. Olson in right. That is our batting. That is the defense for Watertown. Pitcher will be Kane Everson. Everson, 15 2/3 innings pitched. He has a 1-1 record, 15 hits, 8 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts, and an ERA of 1.340. So not bad for Kane. Let's see what he can do here in this game number 2 for Sioux Falls, for Watertown against Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Watertown needing the win here. And then they would even up that record at 9-9, 8-9 coming into this ball game. So here is Lawson Hensley. He will start things off here for Roosevelt. Everson pitches a first one, and that one's going to go straight into the dirt. Oh, 1 to Hensley, the shortstop here for the Rough Riders in game number 2. That is a grounder right towards Bisker at third. The toss across. Took a hop. Did he get it in time? He did. And that'll be the first out of the inning. 5-3 with the scoop there by Berg, and there's one away. To the plate now is Jacob Munger.
That'll bring to the plate the designated hitter, number 3, Jacob Munger.
First pitch, strike. 0-1 to Munger. Ball there. 1-1, it's a Munger. Up high. 2-1 to Munger. Swung on and missed. 2-2. That is going to be delivered into left field. Reese will backpedal, find it,
Fly ball into left field, taken
And
by
that
the left
is
fielder in Reese for out number
the
2.
second out of the inning.
So with 2 outs from the top of the first.
7, 2 away.
Center fielder, number 1.
To the plate now, Tucker DeHaan. First pitch, ball. 1 ball, no strikes to DeHaan. Roger Merriam behind the plate. Matt Clark in the field here, the umpiring crew in game number 2. Swung on and missed, 1-1. That's going to go foul. 1-2 to DeHaan. Outside. 2-2. 2 away. Nobody on here. Top half of the first inning. Game number 2. Watertown won game 1, 5-0. That is going to be delivered into center field. It's going to drop down for a base hit, so some 2-out hitting here for Roosevelt's. So the single for DeHaan.
Top of the first, runner on first. The batter will be the third baseman, number 8.
And that'll bring up Hartman. So 1 on here for Roosevelt. First pitch into Hartman here. Runner goes. That's going to be fouled into the dirt. 0-1 here to Hartman. That's going to go into left field. Going to drop down in the gap. That'll be a base hit. Around first. He'll be on his way to second. Being waved home there is DeHaan. And it's going to be a double, an RBI double here for Hartman. And Roosevelt will get on the board for the first time tonight and lead the Arrows 1-0.
Sioux Falls Roosevelt takes an early 1-0 lead. Stepping in, first baseman, number 6, Logan Edwards.
So to the plate now is Logan Edwards. First pitch is a grounder through the gap into right field. That'll be a base hit. And Hartman is being waved home. We're going to play at home, and the throw is not going to be in time. 2-0 Roosevelt. It is an RBI single by Edwards. 2-0 is the score. So the bat's starting to come alive here for Roosevelt in this game number 2.
Now we'll bring up the catcher, number 9, Ian.
Both of those runs have come with 2 outs. Ian Stokes to the plate now here for Roosevelt. Throw to first is not in time. First pitch, strike. 0-1 into Ian Stokes. Three hits here for the Rough Riders so far. That is going to be delivered down the third base line into right field. Reese will track that one down and close the glove for the final out of the inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 left on bag. Roosevelt leads Watertown 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the first inning. This is Post 17 TV.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you'll get more than you expect. Like buy a double cheeseburger and add chicken McNuggets for $1. Because 6 finals calls for a 6-piece chicken McNuggets. Get more than you expect with new McValue.
We head to the bottom of the first inning with Sioux Falls Roosevelt leading Watertown 2-0. Brett Nathaniel along with you tonight here, Post 17 TV. Make sure you like and subscribe to us here on YouTube. That way you know when we go live all season long. The Watertown batting order will look like this in game number 2. It'll go Reese, Olson, Rylance, Pitkin, Briggs, Berg, Hemerick, Bisker, and Lake. The defense here for Roosevelt: Stokes behind the plate, Edwards on first, Van Rokel on second, Hensley on shorts, Hartman at third, Whitlock in right, DeHaan in center, Logue in left. That is the defense for Roosevelt here in this game number 2. Watertown won game 1, 5-0. Cato threw a one-hitter through the complete game, going all 7 innings. It was a gem. Watertown doing what they need to do. But down here in this game number 2, 2-0. Join us tomorrow, Jefferson in town, wrapping up the regular high school season for the Arrows. Noon and 2 o'clock. We'll have those games for you here at Post 17 TV. And then, of course, the regions next week, and it will depend on where Watertown will go. And if they play at home, we'll definitely have those here on Post 17 TV. If they go away, it'll depend on where. I got to work. Reese steps into that batter's box here for Watertown. First pitch. And it'll get past Stokes. Reese batting at .366 on this season. Watertown at 8-9 coming into this one. That is a grounder to the shortstop. He'll scoop it up. Hensley to Edwards. Edwards had to stretch. Now they're going to say out. So they're going to say out on that one. If we had replay, I would be asking for it. 6-3, 1 away. And to the plates is Mitch Olson. It looked like to me Edwards was just off the bag, but the call was out. First pitch into Olson. Goes for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Mitch, batting at .351 on the year. Gleish tosses in the ball. 2-0 here to Olson, the right fielder in game number 2 for Watertown. That one's outside again, 3-0. Toss from Gleish. Strike. 3-1 to Olson. That is a grounder past the first baseman into right field. That's going to be a base hit here for Olson. So Watertown will get a man on in the first. To the plate is Cato. Pitch game 1. He'll DH here in game number 2. First pitch to Cato. That is a grounder foul. 0-1 here to Rylance. Outside, 1-1. Man on first is Olson here for Watertown. Runner goes, nope, went back. That's going to go into the nets. I thought Olson was going to take off there. 1-2 to the DH, Cato. Outside, 2-2. Popped up into the parking lots. 2-2 remains the count. Cato batting .325 on the year. Throw to first is not in time. Two. Low. 3-2 to Cato. That is popped up, playable for Stokes. And he's going to catch it just off camera for the second out of the inning. Two away. And here is Marcus Pitkin. He had a 2-hit, 3 RBI game number 1. And let's see if, Nate had the, Pitkin had the hits. Briggs had the RBIs. That's what I was thinking of. 22 and 23, back-to-back. Get the numbers mixed up. Runner goes, strike the call, throw to second, got him. Olson got caught, trying to steal. 2-4, and Olson will be the final out of the inning on the steal. So Watertown will have no runs on 1 hit, no one left on bag. We're off to 2-0 Roosevelt. This is Post 17 TV.
At Dakota Bodies, made to order is their middle name. They build premium and custom utility bodies for your unique needs. Dakota Bodies goes beyond customization, designing, engineering, and manufacturing service and utility bodies to your exact specifications. If standard isn't up to your speed, they've got you covered. Are you looking to learn more about their custom utility bodies? Visit dakotabodies.com. Good luck to Arrows baseball this season from the crew at Dakota Bodies.
Oh wow, look at that mower. It's a Skag mower. Man, that looks like a comfortable ride. The job it's doing on that yard, it's knocking it out of the park. And boy, that mower can move. What I wouldn't do to have that mower.
What's the call,
The moment you know you want a Skag. Skag. Simply the best.
In many sports, a winning team needs strength, strategy, and amazing execution. The same is true for investing. Wells Fargo Advisors is here to help you reach your goals with customized strategies and sophisticated planning tools. Wells Fargo Advisors, professional advice, innovative insights, a team that's invested in you. In Watertown, call Heath Rylance today at 605-882-7145. Wells Fargo Advisors is a trade name used by Wells Fargo Clearing Services LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer, and a separate non-bank affiliate of Wells Fargo Company.
Bottom 3 of the order here for Roosevelt. Whitlock, Rokel, and Logue, as that one is delivered in right field. 1 pitch, 1 out. as that one is out on the F9. One away here in this top half of the second inning. Roosevelt leading Watertown 2-0. Tyler Van Rokel into the plate now here for Roosevelt. First pitch from Everson. Strike. 0-1 to Van Rokel. Rough Riders, 2 runs on 3 hits in the first inning. That is a grounder scooped up there by Bisker. Nice grab, toss across, in time, got him there. Bisker with the dive, the grab, the toss, and the out. 5-3, and there's 2 away. Chris Logue to the plate now for the Rough Riders. First pitch, strike. 0-1 into the number 9 hitter, Logue for the Rough Riders. Strike 2. Everson fires in. Trying to paint that corner and missed. 1-2. That is popped up in foul territory. Lake throws off the mask and makes the grab just off camera for the final out of the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning. The Rough Riders go down in the order. We're off to the bottom of the second inning. Rough Rider lead is 2-0. Arrows to bat next. This is Post 17 TV.
I'm bored.
When you need a little fun, head to the Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade. For good food and good times, make it a buffet day and a play day. Have all your favorites and all kinds of fun. Make it a buffet day at the Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade.
Stop into Roy's Sports Shop for the newest and latest apparel, footwear, and equipment for your sports. Whether it's a new bat from Marucci, a glove from Rawlings, a new pair of shoes from Under Armour or Adidas, or a pair of Oakley sunglasses, Roy's Sports Shop has what you need. Check out their online spirit store for apparel from your favorite team or school. Let them know if you'd like to start a new online store for your team or organization. Roy's Sports Shop is a local business that has served our area for the past 50 years. Roy's Sports Shop, East Highway 212, Watertown.
Watertown will send to the plates Pitkin, Briggs, and Berg here in the bottom of the second inning, trailing Roosevelt 2-0. Watertown won game 1, 5-0. Cleach continues on the hill here for the Rough Riders. Delivers in a first pitch to Pitkin. Big swing and a miss for a strike. 0-1 to Pitkin, who's batting .294 on the year. Foul ball. 0-2 to Pitkin. Cleach, the righty up on the hill, finds what he likes and delivers in. That's going to be low. Took a hop there. 1-2 to Pitkin. Low again, 2-2. That is going to be sent into center field. DeHaan going to backpedal, can't find it. That's going to drop down at the wall. Around second will go Pitkin. That's where he's going to stop. It's a double to begin this inning here for Watertown. Pitkin with the double, and here comes Watertown with something cooking in the second. Nate Briggs to the plate now for the purple and gold.
That'll bring up the shortstop, number 23, Nathan Briggs.
First pitch. That is popped up and will go into the seats. 0-1, it's a Briggs who's batting .214 on the year.
Two-year college in the nation.
That is a ground ball back to the pitcher. They're going to throw over to third, make the out. We're going to run down between third and second. The runner will go 2 seconds, and we're going to play tag, and there's finally tag. We played a game of chicken there with Pitkin. So Pitkin will be out on the 1-5-4-5-4. 1-5-4-5-4, I believe we'll call that. That's the first out. Briggs will reach on the fielder's choice. To the plate now is Nash Berg. Nash with a ground ball fair down the first base. Oh, just went foul. I thought that was fair, but just foul down the first base line. Nash batting .349 on the year. Here's the pitch. That is past the third baseman, fair down the third base line. Nash around first. Being waved home is Briggs. No throw at home. And Watertown will score. Nash will have the double, scoring Briggs.
Briggs scores from second on the hit.
So a Nash smash sends in a 1. And now the tying run for Watertown is Berg on second bag. Here is Himmerich to the plate. First pitch way outside. That was a good catch there by Stokes. Still just 1 away here in the bottom of the second inning. Ball. 2-0 to Himmerich, batting .209 on the season. Big swing. That was a home run swing for a strike. 2-1. Oof. That is a grounder back to the pitcher. Going to toss over to first in time. Second out of the inning. 1-3-2 away. And to the plates now is Bisker.
That'll bring up the third baseman, number 4, Carter Bisker.
So let's see if Bisker can bring home Berg on second. First pitch. Ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Bisker. Outside. 2-0 to Bisker. Low again, 3-0 to Bisker. 2 away and 1 on for Watertown. It's Berg on second, got there in an RBI double. Bisker looking at a 3-0 count. That's ball 4. 4-pitch walk. So there's 2 on for Watertown, and the number 9 hitter now, Jonathan Lake.
The arrow catcher, number 10, Jonathan Lake.
So Lake will step into the batter's box with the tying run on his second bag in Berg. Go ahead run is Bisker. He's on first. Strike from the first pitch. Outside for ball. 1-1 to Lake, batting .357 on the year.
There's nobody on this side, so I see here. I don't see any movement. Over here, I don't see either.
Cleach fires. Outside for ball. 2-1 to Lake. If we play on, and we'll go back to the top of the order and Hayden Reese. Up high. 3-1 to Lake. Still 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Watertown got a run across on an Ashburg RBI double. Big swing and a miss. Fills up that count now at 3-2. Runners will go. Nope, it'll be a walk. Base on balls, the second walk issued in the ball game. And the bags are loaded here for the purple and gold as we go back up to the top of the order, and the second time through the order, Hayden Reese. Nashberg, the man on third. Man on second is Bisker, and Lake over on first here for Watertown. So the tying run just 90 feet away. Go-ahead run sits on second bag. Let's see what Reese can do here, who grounded out in his last at-bats in the first. Cleach first pitch, fouled into the nets. 0-1 to Reese, batting .366 on the year. That is going to be delivered into the gap left field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. 1 run will score, and we've tied up this ball game on an RBI single by Hayden Reese. Reese will bring home Berg. Bisker to third, Lake to second, and we play on, tied up at 2. Mitch Olson to the plate now here for the purple and gold, with the bag still loaded, still 2 away. First pitch, way outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Mitch Olson. Got caught trying to steal second bag in the first. Did reach on a single, batting .351 on the year. Outside. 2-0 to Olson. Bisker on third, Lake second, Reese on first. Ball. 3-0 to Olson. Strike. 3-1 to Olson. If we play on, we would get Cato, and he would represent the 9th batter to come to the plate. That is a grounder right to the second baseman. Scoops it up, toss over to first in time. Final outs of the inning. 4-3, but Watertown sends 8 to the plate. They will get 2 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits, and they'll strand 3 on bag. New score as we enter the third. We are tied up at 2 apiece between Watertown and Roosevelt. This is Post 17 TV.
Between working on our farm and being a surgical nurse here at Prairie Lakes for 43 years, my shoulders have been through a lot. I needed a different kind of surgery. It's called a reverse total shoulder replacement. Different shoulders are different. With surgeons like Dr. Johnston here in Watertown, I didn't need a different city, just a different plan.
Prairie Lakes Healthcare System. Your health, our mission.
You live life on the move. While you determine what direction that may be, we're here to help along the way. So go. Go with values. Go with friends. Go with support. Go with convenience.
For Roosevelt, it'll be Hensley, Munger, and DeHaan for the Rough Riders here. So we enter the top of the third inning, tied up at 2 apiece. Here in game number 2, Watertown won game 1, 5-0. Kane Everson fires in a first pitch ball here to Hensley. By the way, second time through the order here for the Rough Riders. Ball. 2-0 to Hensley. Ball again, 3-0 to Hensley. Strike. 3-1 the count. That is going to be delivered into left center. Coming over from center will be Pitkin. He'll grab it for the first out of the inning. One away, here's Jacob Munger for Roosevelt.
Number 3, Jacob Munger.
First pitch. Ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Munger. Don't forget, Sioux Falls Jefferson in town tomorrow, noon and 2 o'clock here at the stadium. We'll have it for you here on Post 17 TV. 2-0. That is a grounder scooped up there by Briggs. Tossed across, stretching was Berg in time. Second out of the inning. 6-3, 2 away. To the plate now is Tucker DeHaan.
Tucker DeHaan.
DeHaan had a single in his last at-bats in the first. Rough Riders 2 runs, 3 hits in the first. Went down in the order in the seconds. First pitch ball into DeHaan. 1 ball, no strikes. Everson delivers in. Ball. 2-0 to DeHaan. That is popped up and will go foul. 2-1. I have to switch glasses here. Take the sunglasses off and go to the other glasses. It is almost, oh, it is 7:40 at night. That is a grounder into right field. That'll be a base hit. So a second hit for Tucker DeHaan on the evening. So some two-out hitting. Roosevelt will get on. And to the plate now is Carl Hartman.
Third baseman, number 8, Carl Hartman.
First pitch goes down for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes here for Hartman. 4 hits for the Rough Riders on the afternoon. Here in this game number 2. Only had 1 in game 1. Cato pitched a 1-hitter. Outside, runner goes. Throw to second. Did they get him? Got him in time for the final out. DeHaan got caught stealing. 2-4, got caught at second. And the Rough Riders will get no runs on 1 hit. They'll strand none on bag. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, tied at 2 apiece between Watertown and Rosie. This is Post 17 TV.
Do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment, the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction. If you're looking for a general contractor for custom homes in and around the Watertown area or are in need of residential, commercial home, and commercial home remodeling, give Tony Arnold Construction a call at 605-880-8497 or email TonyArnoldConstruction@gmail.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction. So are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Watertown Post 17 baseball team. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisor for your investment needs by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
For Watertown, as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, it'll be Cato, Pitkin, and Briggs. As Cleach continues his crusade up on the hill. We'll get you his pitch count coming up here in a moment. First pitch delivered into left center. Coming in from left will be Logue. 1 pitch, 1 out. 7, 1 away here this evening. So here comes Marcus Pitkin for Watertown. 44 pitches for Creech. First pitch goes down for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Pitkin. Tuna. Ball. 3-0 to Pitkin. Got him. Strike. 3-1. Fouled away, fills up that count, 3-2. That is foul down the third base line. Count still at 3-2. Bacon reached on a double, but then got thrown out in the rundown between second and third for the first out of the second inning. Ball 4. So based on balls, and Watertown has a runner on here in the third inning. Briggs to the plate. Reached on the fielder's choice back in the second. First pitch, fouled into the backstop. 0-1 to Briggs, batting .214 on the year. One away, bottom of the third inning, and a runner on first here for Watertown, tied up at 2 apiece. Throw to first is not in time. Outside. 1-1 to Briggs. Leash fires. Outside, 2-1. Runner goes. That's going to be delivered into left field. That's going to drop down in the gap for a base hit. Around first will go Briggs. He's on his way to second. Being waved in is Pitkin. No throw. It's an RBI double by Nate Briggs. Watertown takes the lead 3-2. Pitkin will score. Nate Briggs continues his hitting streak here in this doubleheader. Into the plate is the Nash. First pitch goes down for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes here for Nash. Had an RBI double in the second. Set up in the situation again. Briggs on the second bag. We'll get a throw to second, not in time. One-0, fouled away. 1-1 to Nash, batting .349 on the year. Toss. Fouled away again. 1-2. One, two. Swung on and missed. Strike number 3. And the second out of the inning. To the plate now is Trayton Hemrick. With the man on second, that's Nate Briggs. So let's see what Hemrick can do. He dribbled out in his last at-bat in the second. First pitch, outside for a ball. What? That was a strike? Okay, all right. Well, all right. We'll go 0-1. low. 1-1 to Hemrick, batting .209 on the year. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Time is called. Man on second bag is Briggs, 2 away. Bottom of the third inning, Arrows took the lead here in this inning, 3-2 on the Briggs RBI double. Here's the toss. Outside for a ball. Count evens up at 2-2. That is going to be delivered into left field. Logue will find it and close the glove for the final outs of the inning. Watertown takes the lead on 1 run, 1 hit, 1 left on bag. New score as we enter 4. Arrows with the lead, 3-2. This is Post 17 TV.
William Neal & Company would like to wish the Watertown Post 17 Legion baseball team good luck this season. Another great team for all your auditing, accounting, and tax preparation needs are the professionals at William Neal & Company, a full-service accounting firm serving the area for over 50 years. Offices located in Watertown and Clark. Give them a call today at 886-6028. That's 886-6028.
At Dynamic Dental, we're here for the whole team. From little leaguers to seasoned pros, we treat your family like part of ours. Cracked a tooth sliding into home? No problem. With same-day crowns, you'll be back in the game in no time. Whether it's wisdom teeth, implants, or dentures, our sedation options will keep you comfortable every step of the way. Clear aligners. Straighten your smile so you can remain confident both on and off the field. Looking good on the field starts with a healthy smile. Call Dynamic Dental today.
Rising Star Hydraulics of Watertown specializes in the fabrication of round, shaped, square, and rectangular tube, as well as solid, flat, and channel stock. Rising Star Hydraulics has a core belief of outstanding customer service. You can expect great service on all orders placed. They track your order from purchase to final inspection, even after it's been shipped. Visit risingstarhyd.com for more information. Good luck to Arrows Baseball this season from Rising Star Hydraulics.
We begin the 4th inning. Rosie will send Hartman, Edwards, and Stokes to the plates in this half inning of work. First pitch goes for a ball. Continuing up on the hill is Kane Everson here for Watertown. He's pitched well so far. 1-0 here to Hartman. Swung on and missed. 1-1. It's up high. 2-1. Strike 2. 2-2 here to Hartman. That is a grounder back to the pitcher. Everson scoops it up, toss it over to Berg. First out of the inning. 1-3, 1 away, and to the plate now is Logan Edwards.
That'll bring to the plate the first baseman, number 6, Logan Edwards.
Edwards had a single in his last at-bats in the first inning. First pitch. Outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Edwards. Swung on and missed, 1-1.
There it is.
That is going to be driven into left field. Going to drop down for a base hit. It's stopping at first will be Edwards for the single.
Base hit into left field.
So the tying run gets on here for Roosevelt. And to the plate now is Ian Stokes.
That'll bring to the plate the catcher, number 9, Ian Stokes.
First pitch is a strike. 0-1 to Stokes. 1 away and 1 on for Roosevelt. Top of the 4th inning. Arrows lead 3-2. Ball. 1-1 to Stokes. Flew out in his last at bat in the first. Swung on and missed. 1-2 the count. Thought about chasing that one. Gowan got behind Lake, and sliding it safely to second will be Edwards.
Edwards will advance to second.
2-2 the count here to Stokes. That is popped up left field. That's trouble. That's going to drop down. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to score a run. It's an RBI double there for Stokes, and we're tied up at 3. Stokes will score Edwards from second bag. And we're knotted up at 3 apiece. To the plate is Beckett Whitlock.
The right fielder, number 2, Beckett Whitlock.
And we'll get a courtesy runner, number 15.
Courtesy runner at second is Adler
Jensen. Coach Neal going to come chats with Everson here. We'll get a meeting of the minds on the mound. And while we get a moment, I want to remind you we'll be back with you tomorrow as Sioux Falls Jefferson comes to town. Wrap up the regular season for high school play. Noon, 2 o'clock tomorrow here on Post 17 at TV. Regions are next week, next Friday and Saturday. Watertown really probably needs to go 3-1 this weekend if they want to have a chance at hosting. They have to get a little bit of help. Of course, a 4-0 sweep would be nice. Watertown, if they get the win here against Roosevelt, would even up their record on the season. They'd even it up at 9-9. So Whitlock to the plate now here for the Rough Riders. Still 1 away here in the top half of the 4th inning. First pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to Whitlock. Strike. 1-1. Outside. 2-1 to Whitlock. Ball. 3-0 the count. Ball. So base on balls. So 2-1 here for the Rough Riders. Tyler Van Rokel to the plate now for Rosie. Still just 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning, tied up at 3. 2 hits for the Rough Riders in this inning. Stokes knocked in the double and knocked in the RBI on the double, I should say. Strike to Van Rokel. Ball. 1-1. Strike 2. 1-2 to Van Rokel. Everson, the righty, finds what he likes, fires. Big swing and a miss. Strike number 3. Second out of the inning. So the number 9 hitter will take to the plate now for the Rough Riders. That is Chris Logue. Brett Nathaniel along with you here this evening. Glad to have you along wherever you're at and however you're That is going to be delivered into right field. Going to drop down for a base hit. We're going to get a throw to home. Lake can't pull. First pitch going to be delivered into left field. That's going to drop in and grabbed there by Reese for the final out of the inning. Rough Riders get 2. They will strand 2 on bag. A new score. Rough Riders lead 4-3 entering the bottom of the 4th inning. This is Post 17 TV.
I'm bored.
When you need a little fun, head to the Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade. For good food and good times, make it a buffet day and a play day. Have all your favorites and all kinds of fun. Make it a buffet day at the Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade.
At Dakota Bodies, made to order is their middle name. They build premium and custom utility bodies for your unique needs. Dakota Bodies goes beyond customization, designing, engineering, and manufacturing service and utility bodies to your exact specifications. If standard isn't up to your speed, they've got you covered. Are you looking to learn more about their custom utility bodies? Visit dakotabodies.com. Good luck to Arrows baseball this season from the crew at Dakota Bodies.
Oh, wow, look at that mower. It's a Skag mower. Man, that looks like a comfortable ride. The job it's doing on that yard, it's knocking it out of the park. And boy, that mower can move. What I wouldn't do to have that mower.
What's the call,
The moment you know you want a Skag. Skag. Simply the best.
We enter the bottom of the 4th inning. Sioux Falls Roosevelt now leading Watertown 4-3. Brett Nathaniel along with you here tonight, Post 17 TV. Make sure you like and subscribe. That way you know when we go live all season long with our Post 17 coverage. Bisker, Lake, and Reese due up for Watertown in this half inning. Cleach continues up on the hill. Oh, I got him. Bisker will be hit by the pitch. There's the tying run for Watertown. Hey, you get it any way you want it. Stokes comes out and goes, Here's Lake. Kreesh with 65 pitches coming into the inning. First pitch. Swung on and missed for strike. 0-1, it's a Lake. Johnny had a base on balls in his last at-bats in the second. Throw to first. Not in time. That one's going to get past Stokes, and staying over on first will be Bisker. 1-1 to Lake as that one bounced off Stokes' mask. Kreesh fires in. That is going to be a foul ball. 1-2 to Lake. Got him, struck out. Johnny struck out swinging. There's the first out, so the inning. Back up to the top of the order. The third time through the order here for Watertown. Hayden Reese will step to the plate. Hayden had the RBI single back in the second inning. 1 for 1 here in this game. Number 2 has got a man. Tying run over on first. First pitch, outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Reese, batting .366 on the year. That is going to be driven into center field. DeHaan will grab it. Second out of the inning. F8's 2 away. To the plate now is Mitch Olson. So the runner remains stranded over on first bag here for Watertown. Let's see what Olson can do. 1 for 1 on the evening. Had a single back in the first, grounded out in the second. Pitch is low. Outside. 2-0 to Olson. Throw to first is not in time. Make that 3-0. Runner goes. We're going to throw to second. Safe is the. No, they're going to say now out. So now they're going to say he is out. So out will be the call. So Bisker will be thrown on the outs. 2 for the final out. So the inning. Watertown will get
Adidas or a pair of Oakley sunglasses. Roy's Sport Shop has what you need. Check out their online spirit store for apparel from your favorite team or school. Let them know if you'd like to start a new online store for your team or organization. Roy's Sport Shop is a local business that has served our area for the past 50 years. Roy's Sport Shop, East Highway 212, Watertown.
Midwest Foam and Coatings LLC is a family-owned and operated full-service insulation company specializing in spray foam application and energy efficiency. They offer all types of insulation like spray foam, blown-in cellulose, blown-in fiberglass, and fiberglass bats. Midwest Foam and Coatings also does insulation removal along with specialty coating that can restore rubber and metal roof systems. Visit their website for more information at mwfoam.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Midwest Foam and Coatings.
We enter the top of the fifth inning. Rosie on top of the arrows for 3. So DeHaan will step into the batter's box now with 1 away. First pitch is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to DeHaan. Fouled. 1-1. That is going to be delivered into left field. Reese will backpedal, find it for the second out. 2 away, into the plate now is Carl Hartman. 2 away and nobody on for Rosie. Top of the fifth inning. Rough Riders lead 4-3. Jefferson in town tomorrow, noon and 2 o'clock. Wrap up the regular season of high school baseball here in South Dakota. Everson fires in first pitch. That is going to be into the gap, drops down into right field. That'll be a base hit. 2 out hitting here for the Rough Riders as they'll get a single. Hartman will stop at first, and Logan Edwards to the plate now for Rosie. Edwards 2 for 2 on the evening here in game number 2. First pitch, ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Edwards. Strike. 1-1. Ball. 2-1 to Edwards. Outside. 3-1 the counts. Man on first is Hartman. Got there on a single, 2-out single. Throw to first is not in time. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Fills it up. 3-2. Everson delivers the full counts. That's going to be driven into right field. Stokes to the plate now here for Roosevelt. And here comes Coach Neal. We might see a pitching change here for Watertown. We will. We'll find out who the new pitcher is next. This is Post 17 TV.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you'll get more than you expect. Like buy a double cheeseburger and add Chicken McNuggets for $1. Because 6 finals calls for a 6-piece Chicken McNuggets. Get more than you expect with new McValue.
At Dakota Bodies, made to order is their middle name. They build premium and custom utility bodies for your unique needs. Dakota Bodies goes beyond customization, designing, engineering, and manufacturing service and utility bodies to your exact specifications. If standard isn't up to your speed, they've got you covered. Are you looking to learn more about their custom utility bodies? Visit dakotabodies.com. Good luck to Arrows baseball this season from the crew at Dakota Bodies.
New pitcher for Watertown will be Marcus Pitkin as Everson's afternoon is done. 4 2/3. 9 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 1 strikeouts, and 1 walk. We're at the top of the 5th inning. Rosie on top, 4-3, 2 on and 2 outs. Hartman on third, Edwards on second here for Roosevelt. Into the batter's box is Ian Stokes.
Batting for Roosevelt, the catcher, Ian Stokes.
First pitch, outside for ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Stokes at an RBI double back in the 4th. He is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Or I should say the evening. We're into 8 o'clock, 8:20. Big swing and a miss for a strike. 1-1. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. That is going to be popped up, foul. Count still at 1-2.
Best 2-year college in the nation. We appreciate their support.
Here's the toss. Up high. 2-2. Three and 2 the count here to Stokes. Still 2 outs. 2 on, both in scoring position here for Roosevelt. Already leading 4-3 here in the top half of the 5th inning. Toss. Ball 4. Base on balls, and we are loaded up. Whitlock to the plate now here for the Rough Riders. Jensen is going to be probably the courtesy runner he was before. Yep, there it is, 1-5. Jensen, the courtesy runner, over on first. Whitlock to the plate, bags loaded. First pitch. Oh. Ball. 1-0. There's the ball. 2-0. Briggs coming over. Chatting with Pitkin here. By the way, the defensive changes. Olson in center, Hansen over and right now here for Watertown. 2-0. Fouled away.
There was another dollar.
2-1.
Compliments of Lake Area Tech.
We'll get an appeal. Strike. 2-2 to Whitlock. Pitkin fires. Ground ball down the third base line. Scooped up, and there's the easy out over on third. No, they're going to call it foul. All right, we'll call it foul. So 2-2 the count. We play on. That is going to be right to Hemrick. There's the out we've been looking for. For the final outs of the inning. Rough Riders leave them loaded up. They get no hits in that, get no runs in that inning. We're off to the bottom of 5. Roosevelt still on top for 3. This is Post 17 TV.
At Active Heating, you could say we specialize in comfort, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling Equipment can help. Don't let a leak drain your bank account. Our plumbers can handle it. Improve your air and water quality with an air purifier and reverse osmosis system from Active Heating, your local Coleman dealer. Active Heating of Watertown and Brookings, your comfort experts.
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card have the strength to do good. We support nearly 700 organizations and nonprofits. Our employees give more than 30,000 volunteer hours annually. And we are continually seeking ways to make South Dakota an even better place to live. It's the Premier way. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
Between working on our farm and being a surgical nurse here at Prairie Lakes for 43 years, my shoulders have been through a lot. I needed a different kind of surgery. It's called a reverse total shoulder replacement. Different shoulders are different. With surgeons like Dr. Johnston here in Watertown, I didn't need a different city, just a different plan.
Prairie Lakes Healthcare System. Your health, our mission.
Bottom of the 5th inning we go. Score is Roosevelt's leading Watertown 4-3.
We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, leading off for the Arrows.
It will be Olson, Rylance, and Pitkin for Watertown. New pitcher for Roosevelt, Lawson Hensley. He'll come in from short. We'll find out who plays short coming up here in a moment. It'll be Olson again, Rylance, and Pitkin. Bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch. Goes down for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Olson. Fouled away. Fouled away again. 1-2. Ball. 2-2. That is going to be delivered over into right field. Going to drop down for a base hit. Olson will stop at first. He'll get a single. So Olson will get on.
Nice play by the right fielder to cut it off.
And to the plate now is Cato. First pitch popped up into right field, tracked down there for the first out of the inning. F9, a 1 away. So 1 away. And to the plate now is Pitkin. First pitch, bunt shown, dribbler foul down the third base line. 0-1. Scoreboard has stopped for some reason, and I don't know why. The scoreboard does not like me tonight. We have an injured Arrow down on the field. So while we get him on, we'll take a break. It's an injury timeout. This is Post 17 TV.
Oh, wow, look at that mower. It's a Skag mower. Man, that looks like a comfortable ride. The job it's doing on that yard, it's knocking it out of the park. And boy, that mower can move. What I wouldn't do to have that mower.
What's the call,
The moment you know you want a Skag. Skag. Simply the best.
In many sports, a winning team needs strength, strategy, and amazing execution. The same is true for investing. Wells Fargo Advisors is here to help you reach your goals with customized strategies and sophisticated planning tools. Wells Fargo Advisors, professional advice, innovative insights, a team that's invested in you. In Watertown, call Heath Rylance today at 605-882-7145. Wells Fargo Advisors is a trade name used by Wells Fargo Clearing Services LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer, and a separate non-bank affiliate of Wells Fargo Company.
Well, Pitkin looks like he is okay. We'll go back. 0-1 the counts. Man on first bag. Had to get out of the way. 1-1. That is going to be popped up and caught there by Hartman, the shortstop. Have 6-2 away. And that'll bring to the plate Nate Briggs. Trying to figure out why my scoreboard decided on to stop. First pitch strike. Ball, 1-1. I think it's the app I'm using that's causing the issues. That's going to be delivered into left field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Around first, he will go. On his way to second is Briggs, and a double stopping at third will be Olsen. A double for Nate Briggs, a 2-out hit here for Watertown. So runners at second and third at 2 outs. The scoreboard is actually right for that one. And here comes Nash. Let's see if we can't get a Nash smash and get this game tied up. First pitch, that is a dribbler on the infield, scooped up there, tossed to first in time. Final outs of the inning. 1-3 in the final outs. Watertown will strand 2 on bag, get no runs on 2 hits. We are off to the 6th with Rosie on top, 4-3. This is Post 17 TV.
Rising Star Hydraulics of Watertown specializes in the fabrication of round, shape, square, and rectangular tube, as well as solid, flat, and channel stock. Rising Star Hydraulics has a core belief of outstanding customer service. You can expect great service on all orders placed. They track your order from purchase to final inspection, even after it's been shipped. Visit RisingStarHYD.com for more information. Good luck to Arrows baseball this season from Rising Star Hydraulics.
Know why you see so many commercial landscapers mowing on a Gravely? Because they like to use the toughest, most reliable lawnmowers. Gravely puts that same ingenuity into each of their zero-turn mowers. From big machines with fully welded tubular frames and deep fabricated decks to smaller, easy-to-maneuver units, when you mow on a Gravely, you feel like a pro. If you're a homeowner who takes your lawn care seriously, there's only one choice: Gravely.
Do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment, the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
We head to the 6th inning. Van Rokel, Logan Hensley due up. First pitch was a strike to Van Rokel. Ball 1-1. So my scoreboard's doing all sorts of weird stuff. I think the company that I get it from is having a moment right now. So the scoreboard's not right. Score's right. Everything else is not. That's a ball. 2-1. Ball. 3-1 to Van Rokel. Swing and a miss for a strike, fills up the counts. 3-2. Ball 4. So base on balls. And a man will get on here in the first. We'll just turn the scoreboard off since it's not right. To the plate is Logue. Throw to first is not a time. Bunt shown. That is going to be popped up and going to be grabbed there by Bisker. First out of the inning. Back up to the top of the order. 4th time through the order now here for the Rough Riders. It'll be Lawson Hensley. Let's see if my scoreboard's updated. Nope. First pitch. Ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Hensley. Ball. 2-0. Ball the call. 3-0 to Hensley. 4-3, Roosevelt with the lead. Top of the 6th inning, that's 4-pitch walk, and there's 2 on now here for the Rough Riders. Munger to the plates.
The designated hitter, Jacob Munger.
First pitch goes for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Munger. Still just 1 out. Top half of the 6th inning. Ball. 2-0 to Munger. Lake going to come out and chat with Pitkin real quick up on the hill. And now we'll get a full meeting of the minds here for Watertown. Let's set the stage. 4-3. Roosevelt with the lead. Top half of the 6th inning. Rough Riders got 2 in the first, 2 in the 4th. They have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 8 hits on the afternoon. Two and 0 here to Hensley. 3-0. Throw to second. Not in time. Excuse me, that's Munger. 3-0 to Munger. Hensley's on first. Van Rokel on second. Strike. 3-1. Up high, ball 4. So base on balls, and that is the 3rd one issued in this inning, and the bags are loaded. DeHaan into the batter's box now here for the Rough Riders.
Bring up center fielder, Tucker DeHaan.
And that's going to trigger Coach Neal for a mound visit here this evening. So we're going to see a pitching change, or are we going to... I don't think we're going to see a pitching change. Just some words of encouragement here to Pitkin. Join us tomorrow. Jefferson is in town to wrap up the regular season for the high schoolers. Noon and 2 o'clock. We'll have those games for you here on Post 17 TV. So it looks like we will see a change. We're going to see a pitching change here for Watertown. So Briggs is coming in. He is the new pitcher here for Watertown. So he will come in from short. And we'll see who heads over to short here in a minute. So Pitkin's evening is going to be done for Watertown. He'll pitch 2/3 of an inning and issue 4 walks. Let's set the stage. 1 away, top of 6. Bags are loaded for Roosevelt, leading 4-3 as Nathan Briggs will come into the ball game and try to pitch out of this one. My scoreboard has decided it does not want to work tonight. We've been dropping frames like mad, but hey, we are still here. We are still broadcasting. We've still got Arrows baseball. It's because game 1 went too good for the broadcast, that's why. Bisker is the new shortstop. Reese is on third. Hansen to left. What's that? There it is. Rabine, okay. So Rabines in left, Hansen in right. So the defense is Lake behind the plate, Berg at first, Himmerich at second, Bisker at short, Reese at third, Rabine in left, Olson in center, Hansen is in right. That is the defense. Briggs is the new pitcher trying to pitch out of this one. DeHaan into the batter's box with the bags loaded. He's going to send that one into the gap, right field. That's going to be a base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. It's a 2 RBI double for Tucker DeHaan. Scoring of Van Rokel and scoring Hensley. Munger will head over to third.
2 runs for Rough Riders.
Hartman to the plate now. It's a little dribbler foul.
Batter, third baseman Carl Hartman.
New score, Rough Riders out front, 6-3 here on the top half of the 6th inning. Still just 1 away. That's going to be delivered into center field. Finding that one is Olson for the out. Tag is applied. Another run will score. 7-3 Roosevelt. So Hartman will get the RBI, scoring Munger from third. DeHaan will still stay on second. 2 away. Edwards to the plate now here for the Rough Riders, but a 3-run inning here for the Rough Riders. First pitch goes down for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Edwards. 3 runs on only 1 hit here for the Rough Riders in this inning. Ball will get a throw to third. That's going to ricochet off a foot. And that ball went way over. Run's going to score. 7-3 is our score.
Comes home with the 4th run of the
So DeHaan will score. Still 2 outs. Excuse me, 8-3 is our score. Strike is the pitch. Briggs fires. Fouled away. 2-2. That one in the dirt. Full count now to Edwards. 8-3 Roosevelts. Here at the top of the 6th inning. Got him. Strike 3, and that is the final out of the inning. 4 runs on 1 hit. Stranding none on bag. Excuse me, stranding 1 on bag. Rough Riders' new score as we enter the bottom of the 6th inning, 8-3. This is post-17 baseball.
In many sports, a winning team needs strength, strategy, and amazing execution. The same is true for investing. Wells Fargo Advisors is here to help you reach your goals with customized strategies and sophisticated planning tools. Wells Fargo Advisors, professional advice, innovative insights, a team that's invested in you. In Watertown, call Heath Rylance today at 605-882-7145. Wells Fargo Advisors is a trade name used by Wells Fargo Clearing Services, LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer, and a separate non-bank affiliate of Wells Fargo Company.
In the heart of South Dakota, where community and traditions thrive, ReliaBank has been a trusted presence for over a century. From our humble beginnings in 1920, we've grown alongside our communities, committed to financial success and community betterment. At ReliaBank, hometown customer service isn't just a promise, it's our legacy. Your success is our success, so let's keep growing together. Today, tomorrow, and for the next 100 years. Experience banking where hometown values still matter.
We enter the bottom of the 6th inning. Rough Riders leading the Arrows 8-3. Bottom of the order, Hemrick, Bisker, and Lake due up for Watertown in this half inning of work. Hensley continues up on the hill in relief. First pitch going to be delivered into left field. Coming in from center will be DeHaan. He'll grab that one. First out of the inning. With one, and there's one away. To the plate now is Carter Bisker. First pitch goes for ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Bisker. Got him there, strike. 1-1. That is a ground ball fair down the first base line, scooped up there by Edwards. Second out of the inning. Two-way, here is Jonathan Lake. Two-way, bottom 6, 8-3. Rosie with the lead. Watertown got 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third, and that's been it so far. That one's going to be fouled into the nets. Lake 0 for 2 on the evening. Base on balls in the second, struck out in the fourth. That is going to be sent to ground ball, center field. There's some 2-out hitting for Watertown. Lake will get on. And to the plates, we go back up to the top of the order. The 4th time through the order now. Here is Reese. Let's see if my scoreboard has decided it wants to. Nope, still nothing. So I guess we'll just won't have a scoreboard for the rest of the time. Apologies on that one. First pitch goes down for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Reese. Watertown did win game 1, 5-0. Cato had a pitch day 1-hitter. Ball. 2-0 to Reese. Ball again. 3-0 to Reese. Mitch Olson due up deck next for Watertown. Strike. 3-1 to Reese. That is going to be fouled away. Full count now at 3-2. Ball is the call, ball 4. So base on balls, and Watertown has 2 on. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. To the plate now is Mitch Olson. Mitch 2 for 3. A couple of singles in this ball game. First pitch, strike. Ball. 1-1. That is going to be delivered into left field. Drops down for a base hit. 1 run will score. Second is being waved in. We're going to throw to home, and there's the out. but a run is going to score. So one run will score. Olson is going to score a run on that one. 8-4 is our new score as we head into the 7th inning. This is Post 17 TV.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Watertown Post 17 baseball team. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisor for your investment needs by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At Dynamic Dental, we're here for the whole team. From little leaguers to seasoned pros, we treat your family like part of ours. Cracked a tooth sliding into home? No problem. With same-day crowns, you'll be back in the game in no time. Whether it's wisdom teeth, implants, or dentures, our sedation options will keep you comfortable every step of the way. Clear aligners. Straighten your smile so you can remain confident both on and off the field. Looking good on the field starts with a healthy smile. Call Dynamic Dental today.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you'll get more than you expect. Like buy a double cheeseburger and add Chicken McNuggets for $1. Because 6 finals calls for a 6-piece Chicken McNuggets. Get more than you expect with new McValue.
We enter the 7th inning with a new pitcher. Nash Berg will be the new pitcher. Olson is now on first. Looks like Hansen will go to center, and we'll see who gets in right field. First pitch goes down for a ball here to Stokes. Strike the call. That is a ground ball foul down the third base line. 1-2 to Stokes. So the defensive changes: Reeson left, Ray Biden right, Olson on first, Hansen in center. 1-2 to Stokes. Got him, struck him out, strike number 3, and the first out of the inning. Top of the 7th inning, it's 8-4. Sioux Falls Roosevelt with the lead. I apologize, my scoreboard has decided it just does not want to work tonight. See, it's stuck in the 5th inning. Whitlock due up now here for Roosevelt. First pitch goes down for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Whitlock. Strike. 1-1. Ball. 2-0 here to Whitlock. That's a ball. 3-0 to Whitlock. That is fouled away. Full count at 3-2. Ground ball foul. Full count here to Whitlock. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul again. Count remains full. Toss for Berg. Foul the way again. Long battle between Whitlock and Berg. That is a ground ball right to Bisker. Toss across in time. Second out of the inning. 6-3, 2 away. And here's Tyler Van Rokel. Top of 7, 8-4, Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Van Rokel to the plate now here for Roosevelt. Nash fires in a first pitch. Ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Van Rokel. That is going to be delivered right to Bisker with a great grab for the final outs of the inning. 1, 2, 3. The Arrows are up next. Down 8-4. We head to bottom of 7. This is Post 17 TV.
At Active Heating, you could say we specialize in comfort, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling Equipment can help. Don't let a leak drain your bank account. Our plumbers can handle it. Improve your air and water quality with an air purifier and reverse osmosis system from Active Heating, your local Coleman dealer. Active Heating of Watertown and Brookings, your comfort experts.
Rising Star Hydraulics of Watertown specializes in the fabrication of round, shaped, square, and rectangular tube, as well as solid, flat, and channel stock. Rising Star Hydraulics has a core belief of outstanding customer service. You can expect great service on all orders placed. They track your order from purchase to final inspection, even after it's been shipped. Visit RisingStarHYD.com for more information. Good luck to Arrows baseball this season from Rising Star Hydraulics.
I'm bored.
When you need a little fun, head to the Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade. For good food and good times, make it a buffet day and a play day. Have all your favorites and all kinds of fun. Make it a buffet day at the Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade.
It'll go Cato, Pitkin, Briggs, 2 up here for Watertown in this inning. Cato fouls 1 away, 0-1. Hensley continues up on the hill here for Roosevelt. That one in the dirt, 1-1. Roosevelt with the lead, 8-4, bottom 7. Arrows need 4 to continue to play. Ball. 2-1 the count here to Cato. Logan. 3-1. That is going to be delivered past Van Rokel. He'll bobble it, and Cato will get on. So Cato will get on. Van Rokel bobbled that one and just couldn't grab it. Their loss, our gain, and we'll get on. And that'll bring up Marcus Pitkin. So 1 is on. Nope, that is Talon Jurgens, isn't it? Talon Jurgens due up here. Jurgen's first pitch. That is a grounder right to the third baseman. Relay to second in time. A throw over to first is not in time. So there's one out of the inning. So the out will be Cato on the 5-4 relay. Jurgens will reach on the fielder's choice. And I believe, yes, this is Briggs. First pitch, strike. 0-1 here to Briggs. Ball. 1-1. Briggs 2 for 3 on the evening here in this game number 2. One. Oh, right in the back. Well, the comeback starts now. That's 2 on. Talon goes to second. Briggs over on first. Still 1 out here at the bottom of the 7th inning. Here comes Nash. That would be a great time for a Nash smash. First pitch goes in the dirt. Stokes with the block. Everybody stays on bang. 1-0 to Berg. 2 on. Arrows trail 8-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. That one is outside. 2-0. Ball. 3-0 here to Nash. Strike. 3-1 to Nash. Nash 1 for 3 on the evening. Had an RBI double in the second. Fouls that one away. Fills up the count. 3-2. Hensley fires. Ball 4. Loads him up. Bags are loaded for Trayton Hemrick. He would represent the tying run. We're going to get a courtesy runner for Nash. McClemens is going to come in and run for Nash. So McClemens on first. Briggs on second. Talon is on third. 1 away. First pitch, ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Hemrick. 8-4, Roosevelt with the lead. Bottom 7. That's into the nets. 1-1. Hemrick looking for his first hit. Strike 2. 1-2 here to Trayton. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 and the second out of the inning. To the plate is Carter Bisker. Bisker's 0 for 3. Base on balls, hit by a pitch, lined out, bags loaded. First pitch goes for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Bisker. 8-4 Roosevelt. Bottom 7. Watertown down to their final outs, and the bags are loaded. 1-0. That is a grounder. Scooped up by the shortstop. Tossed across is not in time. Gets past Edwards. 1 run will score. And 2 runs will score. So Juergens scores. Briggs scores. McClemens to third. Bisker will reach on the air and take second bag. 8-6. Roosevelt still with the lead. The tying runs, though, are in scoring position. Here's Jonathan Lakes, 2 outs. It's 2 outs here in the bottom of 7. Lake is 1 for 3. Johnny's first pitch swung on and missed for a strike. 0-1 to Lake. Tying run is on second bag. 8-6 Roosevelt. 2 outs. Bottom 7. 2 on for Watertown. Ball. 1-1. It's a Lake. That's a ball. 2-1. Strike 2. 2-2 to Lake. Hensley steps off. McClemens on third, Bisker on second. He is the tying run. Jonathan Lake would be the winning run. Pitch. Ball. Fills up that count, 3-2. If we'll play on, we'll go back to the top of the order in Hayden Reese. Here's the toss. Ball 4, we're loaded back up. So the winning run for Watertown is Jonathan Lake on first. To the top of the order. 5th time through the order for Watertown. Here's Hayden Reese. Bags loaded for Watertown. Tying run on second, winning run on first. And Roosevelt wants to chat about this one. So I'm not sure if we're going to see a new pitcher or if we're just going to see some words of encouragement from Coach DeYoung. Let's set the stage for you. Looks like some words of encouragement. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Watertown has sent 2 across in this inning. Roosevelt leads 8-6 here in the bottom of 7. 2 outs. Tying run sits on second bag. Winning run is on first here for Watertown. To the plate is Hayden Reese. He had an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. He is 1 for 4 on the evening. Watertown did win game 1 5-0, and we're going to dramatics here in game number 2. Let's see what Reese can do with the bags loaded. First pitch. That is going to be delivered into right field. Backpedaling there is Whitlock, and he'll make the grab for the final out of the ball game. Roosevelt's will win this one by a final of 8-6. And Watertown will split with Sioux Falls Roosevelt tonight, winning game 1 5-0, but losing game 2 8-6. Let's take a look here at our post-game statistics. They will go a little something like this. For Sioux Falls Roosevelt in this game, DeHaan will have a 3-hit, 2 RBI game. Hartman, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Edwards with 3 hits and an RBI. Stokes with a hit and an RBI. In total for Roosevelt, 29 at-bats, 8 runs, 10 hits, 7 RBIs, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. On the hill, Creech will go 4, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks. Hensley 2 2/3, I should say. 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 1 strikeouts, and 3 walks. For Watertown, it'll be Olson with a 3-hit, 1 RBI night. Reese with a hit and an RBI. Rylance with a hit. Pitkin with a hit. Briggs with 2 hits. Berg with a hit and an RBI. Lake with a hit. 28 at-bats, 6 runs, 10 hits, 4 RBIs, 6 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Everson on the hill goes 4 2/3, 9 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. Pitkin will throw 2/3, 3 runs, 3 hits, 4 walks. Briggs goes 2/3, a hit, a run, and a walk. And Berg will go an inning and strikeouts 1. Watertown falls in game 2, 8-6, but wins game 1 on a great outing by Cato on the hill, throwing a 1-hitter in game 1. Watertown wins game 1, 5-0. We're off to the post-game show. We'll chat with Coach Ryan Neal and get his thoughts on this ball game next. This is Post 17 TV.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you'll get more than you expect. Like buy a double cheeseburger and add Chicken McNuggets for $1. Because 6 finals calls for a 6-piece Chicken McNuggets. Get more than you expect with new McValue.
At Dakota Bodies, made to order is their middle name. They build premium and custom utility bodies for your unique needs. Dakota Bodies goes beyond customization, designing, engineering, and manufacturing service and utility bodies to your exact specifications. If standard isn't up to your speed, they've got you covered. Are you looking to learn more about their custom utility bodies? Visit dakotabodies.com. Good luck to Arrows baseball this season from the crew at Dakota Bodies.
Oh, wow, look at that mower. It's a Skag mower. Man, that looks like a comfortable ride. The job it's doing on that yard, it's knocking it out of the park. And boy, that mower can move. What I wouldn't do to have that mower.
What's the call,
The moment you know you want a Skag. Skag. Simply the best.
In many sports, a winning team needs strength, strategy, and amazing execution. The same is true for investing. Wells Fargo Advisors is here to help you reach your goals with customized strategies and sophisticated planning tools. Wells Fargo Advisors, professional advice, innovative insights, a team that's invested in you. In Watertown, call Heath Rylance today at 605-882-7145. Wells Fargo Advisors is a trade name used by Wells Fargo Clearing Services, LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer, and a separate non-bank affiliate of Wells Fargo Company.
I'm bored.
When you need a little fun, head to the Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade. For good food and good times, make it a buffet day and a play day. Have all your favorites and all kinds of fun. Make it a buffet day at the Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade.
Watertown splits with Sioux Falls Roosevelt tonight, says they will win game 1 5-0, but fall in game 2 8-6. We are joined by Post 17 Coach Ryan Neal, and Coach, well, outstanding game 1. That was Arrows baseball on game 1.
Yeah, it really was. That's about as impressive outing I've seen out of Caden Rylance in 3 years. After the first couple of innings, you start thinking, it's like, I had a feeling, I was like, this could be the night where he was on no-hit watch. He was electric, and 5 2/3 of no-hit baseball, and it was the only hit he gave up. But for him, we always talk about him. He's a strikeout guy. He's a power pitcher. He's a D1 arm for a reason, and his pitch count gets usually really high. And you've seen this over 3 years. But tonight he powered the strikes, fastball, breaking ball, change-ups. I mean, he was all over the place, and he got 7 innings and, 90 pitches, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really impressive by Caden Rylance there. And, you're always as good as your starting pitching is.
Yeah, and second game here, kind of Roosevelt bats kind of started lighting up a little bit. You battled back, and you just didn't have enough there at the end to push that one to a win. Came close, but not quite enough.
Yeah, unusual. I mean, it just felt like it was a crazy last inning and a half there. A lot of changes, lineup card stuff, trying to figure things out. And so we're in an interesting situation because we're trying to win games, right? And we got 2 more tomorrow. And we're a little banged up on the starting pitching side of things right now, and trying to figure out where we can get wins and when. And it's using guys like Mookie and Briggsy in relief when you don't want to waste all their bullets today in a game that you're kind of from behind on, and things get a lot escalated. I know Mookie probably felt those cramps a little bit more when he went out to pitch. In that. Was that the 6th inning? I don't even remember when that happened. Yeah, I think it was, or 5th. And, it just kind of didn't work out that way. But, we got 2 more tomorrow that we have to turn our attention to and try to continue to fight to see if we can, secure a spot in the SOTA, or it's not Sweet 16 or whatever we call it here in this situation. But, trying to play a really good Jefferson team. And, find a way to, win a game there. And I thought we needed these 2 tonight and, so go back at it tomorrow.
So what is the mission going to be tomorrow versus Jefferson?
Well, we'll have Clem available, so he's going to start a game. I don't know which game is. Mookie probably, hopefully he'll be fine tomorrow. Briggs, he'll have a lot of bullets in his arm tomorrow. And, we're just going to, Hayden Reese is going to be ready to go in some way, shape, or form. So, we'll have to pencil things out and find a way to, ideally get a split against a good Jefferson team. They might have one of the best pitchers in the state, so I don't know if we'll see him. But, the good thing is, like I told the guys, we're making strides. We're making strides from Wednesday in that second game against Brookings. We hit the ball really well tonight. I don't know final numbers, but seems like we've played a little bit more consistently the way we thought we were going to be. The Dennis screen, we thought who they were, who they thought you are, and let them off the hook. But, that's the team the last, 3 games that we've recognized, and hopefully it's a step in the right direction for tomorrow afternoon.
Well, we'll talk to you again tomorrow afternoon. Jefferson in town.
Maybe.
we'll let you go to rest that.
Yeah, right.
Post 17 Coach Ryan Neal, thanks for joining us here. As again tomorrow it'll be Jefferson noon and 2 o'clock. We'll have it for you here on Post 17 TV. I want to thank all the sponsors because without them we could not bring you coverage of Post 17 baseball again this season. I'm Brett Nathaniel. I'll leave you with their final score as Watertown splits with Roosevelt, winning game 1 5-0, falling in game 2 8-6. This has been a presentation of the Watertown Baseball Association. We'll catch you back here tomorrow for more Watertown Arrows baseball.
You've been watching coverage of Watertown Arrows baseball on Post 17 TV. Tonight's broadcast has been a presentation of the Watertown Baseball Association. Be sure to like and subscribe for more coverage of the purple and gold.